chosen one. I need you to hear this. Your true identity is about to be revealed, and trust me, even the Archangels are in awe of you. It is not a coincidence that you're watching this right now. You didn't just stumble upon this video while scrolling through your feed. The algorithm didn't bring you here. Your spirit guide did. You are about to discover your true rank in the celestial hierarchy, and once you understand who you really are, nothing in your life will ever look the same again. Chosen one. Before we go deeper, pause for a moment. If this message is already speaking to your spirit, don't just watch silently. Subscribe now so you don't miss the confirmations God sends your way. You know how the enemy tries to distract you right when you need a word the most. For years, you've walked through this life feeling like a stranger in your own skin. You look around at the world, at the way people obsess over money, status, and petty arguments, and you feel a deep, aching disconnect. It's like you are watching a movie that everyone else is obsessed with, but you just can't understand the plot. You felt like you were waiting for something, haven't you? A notification, a sign, a permission slip to finally be who you are. You have spent decades feeling like you are sitting in a waiting room, watching everyone else get called in while you sit there, ignored and overlooked. But I am here to tell you that the waiting wasn't rejection. It was protection. You weren't being ignored, you were being hidden. There is a secret that the spiritual world has kept from you until this very moment. We are taught that the spiritual hierarchy is simple. Humans are at the bottom, then angels, then archangels, and then the divine. We look up to the archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael as the pinnacles of power. They are beings of pure light, tasked with maintaining order in the heavens. But there is a shift happening in the spirit realm right now. There is a shadow hierarchy that is emerging, and it is shaking the foundations of the celestial world. While the archangels hold their high status through creation, there is a new rank emerging. This rank wasn't created in the safety of heaven. It was forged in the dirt and fire of earth. This rank belongs to those who've had to fight for every scrap of peace they possess. It belongs to you, the reason you have felt so heavy, so burdened, and so attacked your entire life is not because you are cursed. It is because you carry an ancient cosmic purpose in your DNA that is heavier than what regular human beings carry. You are not just a good person. You are a vessel for a specific frequency of power that the earth is desperate for. Think about the last few years of your life, the sudden loss of friends, the isolation, the strange, vivid dreams, the ringing in your ears, the intolerance for lies. These weren't symptoms of depression or madness. These were the birth pains of your new rank. The heavens are watching you, and they aren't just watching with curiosity. They are watching with shock. You see, an archangel has power, but an archangel has never had to survive a broken heart. An archangel has never had to rebuild their life from zero with no money and no support. They have never felt the crushing weight of human grief and chosen to love anyway. But you have. You have survived things that would have turned a lesser spirit into a monster. Yet here you are, still seeking light, still trying to help others, still kind. That is why they are shocked. They are looking at you and seeing a resilience that doesn't exist in the upper realms of pure light. They see a warrior who was beaten down by life 10,000 times and stood up 10,001 times. That creates a spiritual authority that commands respect. So, stop looking at your life and thinking you are failing. Stop thinking you are behind. You are exactly where you need to be for this revelation. You have felt invisible your whole life, ignored by people who couldn't see your value. You have walked into rooms and felt like a ghost. But I assure you, in the spiritual realm, you are the most watched being in existence. The spotlight is on you. And as we go deeper, I'm going to reveal exactly why your specific struggle was necessary to unlock this power. Here is why. Let's get real about your life for a moment. If we looked at your timeline on paper, it probably looks like a series of unfair events. You look at others and see them sailing through life. They have the support of families, the easy careers, the circle of friends that has lasted since high school. They fit in, they belong, and then there is you. You have always been the black sheep. No matter how hard you tried to be kind, to be generous, or to fit in, you are always pushed to the edges. You are the one who gets excluded from family gatherings. Or worse, you are invited but ignored the entire time. You have faced unexplainable loneliness, even when you're in a room full of people. You have been betrayed by the very people you would have taken a bullet for. It feels like every time you get a foothold, something sweeps your legs out from under you: a sudden financial crisis, a relationship ending out of nowhere, or a spiritual attack that leaves you drained for days. For years, you have asked the universe, why me? What did I do wrong? You have looked at the sleepers, those people who seem to float through life unbothered and asleep, to the deeper realities. And you have wondered why their path is so smooth, while yours is paved with broken glass. Here's the truth. You are not suffering because you are cursed. You are suffering because you are in training. Those people who fit in easily, they are not being prepared for a high rank. You don't put a civilian through Navy SEAL training. You only put the elite warriors through the mud, the cold, and the exhaustion. The universe is not punishing you. It is running you through a celestial training simulation. Think about the formation of a diamond. A diamond and a piece of coal are made of the exact same element, carbon. The only difference is the pressure. Coal sits near the surface. It's easy to get to, it's cheap, and it burns up quickly. But a diamond? A diamond is buried deep in the earth. It is crushed under massive, unbearable weight. It is heated until it almost disintegrates. But it doesn't disintegrate. It hardens. It becomes unbreakable. Your life has been that pressure chamber. The betrayal by your family taught you to rely only on your spiritual connection, not on human approval. The financial struggles taught you to manifest resources from nothing. The loneliness taught you to be comfortable in your own silence, so you could hear the voice of the divine without distraction. If you were meant to be a sleeper, your life would be easy. You would be content with shallow conversations and a 9-to-5 existence. But you are not content with that, are you? That is why you feel that friction. The friction is proof of your movement. You are moving against the grain of this world because you are not of this world. Every time you were knocked down, the dark forces were hoping you would stay down. They were hoping the rejection would make you bitter. They were hoping the poverty would make you greedy. But look at you. You are still here. You are still searching for truth. You didn't turn bitter. You turned wise. This is what separates the chosen from the rest. The sleepers crumble under pressure. They conform to avoid pain, but you have faced the fire and refused to burn. This resistance you feel is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. It is the ultimate confirmation that you are on the right one. You are being forged into a weapon of light, and weapons are not made in comfort. They are hammered into existence on an anvil. Your struggles are not setbacks. They are your credentials. They are the scars that prove you are ready for what comes next. You might picture the Archangels as distant, untouchable beings floating on clouds, completely indifferent to your daily life. We are taught that they are beings of absolute perfection and pure light. They dwell in a realm where there is no hunger, no heartbreak, no betrayal, and no fear. They have existed for eons in a state of constant bliss and order. But here's the twist that no one tells you. That perfection is exactly why they are staring at you. You see, Archangels are perfect, but they have never suffered. They have never had a landlord threaten to evict them. They have never had a spouse lie to their face. They have never stood at a graveside and wondered how they would go on living. They serve the divine because it is in their nature. They have no choice but to be beings of light. But you have a choice. And that is what shocks them. The Archangels are looking at you and seeing something that defies the logic of the spiritual universe. They see a warrior in training who takes hit after hit and refuses to stay down. They watch you get your heart broken, and instead of turning cold and evil, you choose to love again. They watch you lose your job or your savings, and instead of cursing God, you get on your knees and pray for strength. To an angel, this is baffling. To them, you are performing a spiritual miracle every single day. This creates a very specific kind of reaction in the heavens. You could call it a celestial envy, but it isn't petty jealousy like humans feel. It is a deep, trembling awe. They are envious of your capacity to feel. They are in awe of the fact that you are broken, yet you still shine. They know that if they were stripped of their heavenly glory and put in your shoes, living in a corrupt world with a fragile body, they might not have the strength to do what you are doing. You are carrying a weight that would crush a lesser being, and you are making it look like you are just walking to the grocery store. This is why your new rank is so significant. You are earning something they were simply given. You are forging a spirit that is tested by fire. When human beings look at you, they might see someone who looks tired, or someone who drives an old car. They see your physical appearance, which might feel average to you, but when the Archangels look at you, they don't see your clothes or your bank account. They see your spiritual armor. This armor is invisible to the human eye, but in the spirit realm, it is blinding. Every scar you have from a past trauma is not a blemish on this armor. It is a reinforcement. That time you were rejected and survived, that added a breastplate of steel. That time you were sick and kept your faith, that placed a shield in your hand. To the spirits, you look like a walking tank. You are glowing with a light that is generated by friction, by the heat of your battles. This armor is so bright that it actually makes spirits stop and stare when you walk into a room. You might feel invisible at a party or a meeting, feeling like no one notices you. But in the unseen world, every head turns when you enter. They are whispering, "That is the one who went through the fire and didn't burn." This is the reality of your rank. The Archangels aren't just protecting you. They are studying you. They are learning about resilience from watching your life. You think you are the student, but in many ways, you are the teacher. You are showing the universe what it means to be truly powerful. You are proving that light is not just about shining when things are easy. It is about glowing when everything around you is pitch black. This respect they have for you is shifting the atmosphere around you, preparing you for the moment everything changes. I want you to seal this protection right now. If you believe that the Archangels are guarding your path and blocking every attack sent your way, type 444 in the comments to lock in your spiritual perimeter. We have talked about your history and your struggles, but now we need to talk about right now. You are currently standing in the middle of a massive shift. You might feel like you are losing your mind, or perhaps like you are going through a midlife crisis, but that is not what is happening. You are experiencing the Great Awakening. This is the moment where your human shell begins to crack and your divine rank begins to push through. You have probably noticed that things have been getting weird lately. It started subtly, but now it is impossible to ignore. Let's look at the evidence. First, let's talk about your sleep. How many times in the last month have you woken up suddenly between 3 a.m. and 5 have? You look at the clock, and it's the exact same time, night after night. You aren't sick, and you aren't stressed, but you are wide awake. This is not insomnia. This is a spiritual summons. In the ancient texts, this is known as the Watchman's Hour. The veil between the physical world and the spiritual world is thinnest at this time. The universe is waking you up because there is information being downloaded into your spirit that can only happen when the rest of the world is quiet. You are being briefed for your mission while the sleepers are dreaming. Then there is the ringing in your ears. It comes out of nowhere, a high-pitched frequency that no one else can hear. You might check your health, but everything is fine. That sound is a calibration. Your spiritual frequency is rising, and your physical body is trying to catch up to the vibration of your new rank. But the hardest sign to deal with is the social shift. You have developed a sudden, almost painful intolerance for shallow conversations. You used to be able to sit around and gossip, talk about the weather, or discuss reality TV shows. Now, it feels physically draining. You find yourself wanting to run away from these conversations. You are sitting at dinner with people you have known for years, and you feel like you are on a different planet. You look at them and think, is this all there is? Think about a person, let's call him David. David used to be the life of the party. He loved going out on weekends. He loved the noise, the distraction. Then, the awakening hit. Suddenly, the things that used to bring him joy, video games, drinking, loud parties, felt empty. He tried to force himself to enjoy them, but he couldn't. He felt isolated. He thought he was depressed. He thought something was broken in his brain. He spent nights staring at the ceiling, wondering why he couldn't just be normal, like everyone else. He felt like he was grieving a life that was still happening. Does that sound like you? That confusion is part of the process. You are shedding your old skin. You are grieving the person you used to be because that person is gone. This brings us to the most painful yet most necessary part of your awakening, the divine protection. As your rank rises, your spirit becomes too powerful for certain environments and certain people. You might have noticed that people are suddenly exiting your life. Friends stop calling, relationships end abruptly, you get fired or laid off. It feels like rejection, but it is actually a security clearance protocol. A perimeter is being drawn around you. The universe is forcibly removing anyone who does not have the clearance to go where you are going. If they stayed, their lower vibration would anchor you down. They would sabotage your mission without even meaning to. The Archangels are clearing the room because a VIP is about to enter. You are not losing friends. You are losing dead weight. You are not being isolated. You are being incubated. This is the moment where you stop fighting the change and start riding the wave. You need to acknowledge what is happening to you. You need to claim this shift. If you recognize these signs, the waking up, the ringing ears, the intolerance for fake behavior, then I need you to make a declaration right now. Don't just think it, seal it. Go to the comments section and write, "I am awakening." Let the universe know that you are awake, you are listening, and you are ready for the next phase of your ascension. Listen, I know you're watching quietly, just taking everything in. But chosen ones like you don't come across these messages by accident. If this is touching your soul, hit that subscribe button. Don't keep walking through spiritual warfare alone when a whole family of chosen ones is right here with you. You have spent a lot of time wondering why your life feels like an uphill battle. You look at others and see them making easy progress, while for you, every inch of ground is a fight. You try to start a business and everything breaks. You try to fix a relationship and a misunderstanding blows it up. You try to get closer to God, and suddenly your mind is flooded with negative thoughts and anxiety. For years, you have interpreted this resistance as a sign of your weakness. You thought, maybe I'm just not good enough. Maybe I'm just unlucky. Maybe the universe is punishing me for something I did. I need you to flip that script immediately. You are not being attacked because you are weak. You are being attacked because you are a threat. In the military, an army does not waste its ammunition shooting at an empty field. They don't waste their best snipers on the guy peeling potatoes in the mess hall. They focus their heaviest artillery on the generals. They target the strategists. They target the ones who have the power to turn the tide of the war. If you are facing heavy fire, it is because you are a heavy target. The dark forces, those negative entities and energies that feed on chaos, are not bullying you. They are afraid of you. You see, the darkness has intel on you that you don't even have on yourself yet. While you look in the mirror and see flaws, insecurities, and failures, they look at you and see a massive, blinding potential. They see your timeline. They know that if you actually wake up, if you actually step into this new rank we are talking about, you are going to liberate thousands of other people. You are going to break generational curses that have run in your family for centuries. You are going to bring light into places they have worked very hard to keep dark. To them, you are a cosmic threat. You are a walking weapon of mass liberation. This is why the attacks often happen right before a breakthrough. Have you noticed that pattern? Right when you decide to change your life, chaos erupts. Right when you commit to a new path, the car breaks down, or an old ex texts you, or a sudden depression hits. That is not a coincidence. That is a preemptive strike. It is a strategic military operation designed to get you to quit before you realize how powerful you are. There is a spiritual law you need to understand called the law of resistance. It states that the higher the rank, the stronger the resistance. A kite can fly in a gentle breeze, but a rocket ship needs to burn millions of gallons of fuel to break the Earth's gravity. The amount of gravity pushing down on you is proof of how high you are meant to go. If you were nobody, if you had no destiny, the dark forces would leave you alone. They wouldn't bother you because you wouldn't be a problem for them. The fact that they have spent so much energy trying to distract you, discourage you, and derail you is the greatest compliment you could ever receive. It confirms your rank. It proves that you are a high-value target in the spiritual realm. So, the next time you feel that pressure, the next time chaos tries to surround you, don't shrink back. Don't think, "Oh no, here we go again." Stand tall. Realize that the enemy is showing their hand. They are panicking. They are throwing everything they have at you because they know you are close to the finish line. They are terrified of the light you are about to release. You are not the victim in this story. You are the one they are running from. We have established that you are a high-ranking target for the dark forces, but you are not entering this battle empty-handed. You are not defenseless. In fact, the reason the resistance against you is so high is because of what is currently waking up inside of you. You are sitting on a dormant arsenal of supernatural abilities that are linked directly to your new rank. These aren't magic tricks. They are spiritual technologies designed for your survival and your mission. Let's look at the specific gifts that are coming online right now. First, there is heightened intuition. You have probably experienced this recently. It's no longer just a hunch. It is a knowing. You know things before they happen. You think of a person you haven't spoken to in years, and 2 hours later they text you. You get a sudden urge to take a different route home, only to find out later that you avoided a massive accident on your usual path. This is your spiritual GPS recalibrating. You are tapping into a stream of information that bypasses your logical brain and goes straight to your spirit. Second, and perhaps most intense, is the truth detector. This gift is the ability to sense lies instantly. In the past, people could manipulate you. They could smile to your face, compliment you, and you would believe them because you wanted to see the best in everyone. But now, the seal on this gift is breaking, and it changes everything. Here's what a day in the life looks like when this gift activates. You are standing in a conversation with a coworker or a neighbor. They are smiling. They are saying all the right things. They say, "I am so happy for your success." But the moment those words leave their mouth, your body physically reacts. You feel a knot tighten in your stomach. You feel a sudden cold chill down your spine. Your energy field literally recoils. You aren't judging them. You are reading them. You can hear the jealousy underneath their compliments. You can feel the hidden agenda behind their smile. It can be uncomfortable at first because you see the masks people wear, but this is a necessary tool. It is designed to keep the wrong people out of your inner circle. Third is remote healing, or what some call prayer power. You are noticing that your thoughts have weight. When you focus your intention on someone who is struggling, maybe a friend who is sick or a family member who is depressed, things shift. You don't even have to be in the room. Your rank carries so much authority that your focused intention can change the atmosphere in someone else's house. You're becoming a broadcast tower for healing energy. Now, you might wonder, if I have these powers, why am I just seeing them now? Why didn't I have this truth detector 10 years ago when I got into that bad relationship? The answer is simple. They were offline for your protection. If you had access to this level of power when you were immature, unhealed, or full of ego, you would have destroyed yourself. You might have used the truth detector to expose people publicly and cause chaos. You might have used your intuition for selfish gain. The universe kept these gifts in safe mode until you had gone through the fire. The struggles we talked about in Chapter 2 were necessary to humble you. Now that you know what pain feels like, you can be trusted with power. You must understand that these gifts are not for you to show off. They are not party tricks. They are tools for your celestial mission. The intuition is to navigate you through danger. The truth detector is to protect your energy. The healing is to lift up the broken. You are being armed because you are being deployed. I want you to pause and scan your life right now. Which of these is happening to you? Are you knowing things before they happen? Are you feeling sick when liars speak to you? I want you to go to the comments below and tell me, which gift have you felt stirring? Don't be shy about it. Acknowledge it so it can grow. Stop right here if you haven't subscribed yet. Ask yourself why. Every time you search for clarity, every time you feel overwhelmed, God guides you to messages like this. Don't reject what heaven is trying to give you. Subscribe so you stay connected to the voice that lifts you when no one else does. We have talked about the signs, the struggles, and the hidden gifts. But knowledge is useless without action. You can know you are a high-ranking spiritual being, but if you continue to live like a frightened human, nothing changes. The time for theory is over. The time for practice has begun. Consider this your commissioning. The celestial training simulation we discussed earlier, it is finished. You have passed the tests. You survived the heartbreak. You endured the isolation. You are still standing. Now, the universe is handing you your badge. It is time to walk in your spiritual authority. What does that look like in the real world, starting tomorrow morning? First, it means you stop apologizing for your existence. For too long, you have walked into rooms and immediately shrunk yourself. You hunch your shoulders. You speak quietly. You laugh at jokes that aren't funny just to make other people comfortable. You dim your light because you are afraid that if you shine too brightly, you will blind the people around you. Stop that immediately. When you walk into a room now, you need to walk in with the knowledge that you are not alone. You are flanked by Archangels. You have a security detail that the human eye cannot see, but the human spirit can feel. Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and the energy shifts? Even before they say a word, that is what happens when someone accepts their rank. They don't demand respect. They command it by their presence. You need to stop shrinking to fit into containers that are too small for you. This is where the us versus them dynamic becomes very real. They, the world, your old friends, the doubters want the old version of you back. They liked you better when you were broken. They liked you better when you were a mess because it made them feel superior. When you were struggling, you were relatable. But now that you are rising, you intimidate them. They will try to pull you back. They will say things like, "You've changed," or "You think you're better than us now." Do not let that guilt trip work. You have not become arrogant. You have simply outgrown their container. You cannot fit a gallon of water into a shot glass without spilling it. You have expanded. Do not apologize for your expansion. However, I must be honest with you about the cost. This new rank is not a ticket to a life of luxury and ease. It is not about winning the lottery or becoming famous. It comes with a heavy burden. It is the burden of the light bearer. When the power goes out in a building and everything is pitch black, the person holding the flashlight becomes the most important person in the room. But they also become the target. Everyone looks to them. Everyone follows them. The person holding the light cannot just wander off and do whatever they want. They have a responsibility to lead others to safety. That is your life now. You are the designated flashlight in a world that is getting darker by the day. You will be called upon to help people when you are tired. You will be asked to give advice when you feel like you don't have the answers. You will feel the weight of other people's pain because your empathy is wide open. This is why the Archangels were shocked by you, not just because of your power, but because you are willing to carry this load. It is a life of service, not status. But there is no greater honor. So, tomorrow when you wake up, I want you to dress differently. I want you to look in the mirror and see the general, not the soldier. I want you to speak with clarity. If you mean no, say no. If you mean yes, say yes. Stop wavering. Stop looking for permission from people who don't even understand the mission. The Archangels are watching you to see what you will do with this authority. But they aren't the only ones. There are lost souls out there, people who are drowning in the same darkness you just escaped, and they are waiting for you to lead them. They thought they could break you, but they only made you stronger. If you are the one who survived the fire to prove them all wrong, type 444 to silence every voice that ever doubted your greatness. We have reached the end of this message, but do not mistake this for the end of your story. In fact, if you have truly heard what I've said today, this is day one of your real life. Let's take a second to look at the map of where you have been. It is important to see the whole picture. You started in pain. You started with the confusion of the black sheep, feeling rejected and isolated. You thought you were breaking down, but you were actually breaking through. You moved from that pain into the awakening, the ringing ears, the sleepless nights, the realization that you simply do not fit into the old world anymore. Then, you discovered your rank. You realized that the resistance against you was actually proof of your power. The enemy tried to crush you. The dark forces threw every weapon they had at you. Financial ruin, betrayal, depression. They wanted you to quit. They wanted you to look at your life and say, it's too hard. But look at you. You are still here. You are still breathing. You are still seeking the light. You have survived 100% of your bad days. That isn't luck. That is the ancient cosmic purpose in your blood keeping you alive. You have gone from being a victim of your life to being the general of it. You understand now that you have weapons, intuition, truth sensing, that are coming online right now. The training simulation is over, but there is one last lie that darkness will try to tell you. It will try to tell you that you are alone. It will try to convince you that you are the only one seeing these signs, the only one feeling this shift. That is a lie. You might be physically alone in your room right now, but spiritually, you are standing in the middle of a massive army. You are part of a community of the chosen that stretches across the entire globe. Right now, at this very second, there are thousands of others just like you in different countries, speaking different languages, who are waking up. They are feeling the same urge to serve. They are feeling the same intolerance for fake behavior. You are not a lone wolf. You are a node in a global grid of light. Every time you stand up for yourself, you strengthen them. Every time they pray, they strengthen you. We are all connected in the spirit realm. So, here is my charge to you. Do not go back to sleep. Do not close this video and go back to shrinking yourself to fit into small places. Do not go back to apologizing for your power. The glory days are not in your past. You haven't peaked yet. The best days of your life. The days where you walk with authority, where you heal others, where you live without fear, are directly in front of you. The Archangels are watching. The dark forces are trembling. The world is waiting. Your story is just beginning. You are dangerous to the darkness now, and that is exactly how it should be. If you are ready to stop hiding, if you are ready to accept the rank that the heavens have assigned to you, I need you to make it official. Do not let this moment just be another video you watched and forgot. Anchor it. Go to the comments right now and type, I am ready. Declare it to the universe. Declare it to yourself. Accept your rank. The time is now. You were chosen to end the trauma in your bloodline, type 444 to declare that the cycle of pain ends with you and a new legacy of power begins right now. Before you go, chosen one, don't forget, the fact that you made it to the end of this message means something. Your spirit needed this. Don't walk away without subscribing. It costs nothing, but it means everything for the journey God is taking you on. Join the family. Your breakthrough might be in the next video.